Your body. That's like these people who talk about they don't wash their leg because it's the jeans.
Grown men.
No, make sure your pussy clean. Okay, no problem. But
Not
you
against.
have to wash your pussy. You have to wash.
Your bumsy.
You're listening to Two Jammets on OURradio.fm.
Forbes, you ready? Taika, stay up there, stay ready.
She's the voice of the backyard, speaking truth when the weak find it hard. From the Twin Island of Tobago and Trinidad, I want you just make way for the
I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty girl, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes, all year round is Jamet season. Wine in the road, I don't need a reason. My mouth is a menace, but that is not treason. Cokes in my hand, and we ready for the beating. Say what I want, they go call me a hater. Don't have no kitchen, and I don't cater. Can't take the Jamet now, check me later. It's Jamet woman who slice down baker. I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty girl, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes,
Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it, to jam it, to jam it. When we go up, we stay up. Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it, to jam it, to jam it, to jam it.
hug your sons but fight down your sister. Talk a big talk but your actions sinister. Run mouth to water like big minister. Give me a break or use a damn faker. 3-line flambeau set for rebellion. We on the front line with all rebel them. Build the community with all my friend them. Jamet nation, this is your anthem. Resistance, ring it, we go fling it. If you have a truth over there, then bring it. Bring it to my crown, my table, my center. It's a Jamet take over. I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty girl, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes,
Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it, to jam it, to jam it. When we go up, we stay up. Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it, to jam it, to jam it, to jam it. No, all they doing up, all they coming up. My knees, boy, my knees.
You better get it. Jam it some room before you get beat like a bottle and spoon. I beg you just give the jam it some room before you get licked with a cookie and broom. How are you doing?
Hey, Forbes, you tell about man you know up here.
oh, what hide? Die hind too?
Don't come up here if you ain't no rubber. Go on with the cup. Pour the thing, no man. Hey.
Well, right.
So we are black, indeed.
We are black. We had a little technical difficulties there. So,
Yeah.
all you hear the Jamet anthem. You know, big up Gerald Taika,
Hey, look, I don't see
Madam-
Lady Shadow done in the chat already.
Madam Producer, Shannon, you know, big up Wanky, big up Matix. Everybody, boy. That tune hard like Banga Seed, you know.
Feeling it right now.
Yeah,
Feeling
that
it.
tune hard like Big Stone. So, we go in. Today, the topic is corporal punishment and discipline in the black household. So, I know today we going to have some touchy, you know, scenarios, but we want to call in today now, boy. Yeah. You know, send a voice note because I know as a father, you know, lashing your children is probably the last resort. You know, you should go to one thing, but sometimes, boy, woo, it is be a real pressure, boy. Getting through to them without registering a little bellas here and there. You know, So, it's something we wanted to talk about a little while now, you know, because, you know, we wanted to get in. You know, welcome, hey, Taika in the chat. Big up Sheldon. Nubian experience in the building. Yeah, so...
It's Taika on board.
Taika wall out there.
Aquino in the house. Aquino blessings.
Yeah, Kino, what going on, my
We
brethren?
are seeing on that topic. I had to smile it off because I grew up on lakes.
Yeah, boy.
I grew up on rare lakes. You know, my mother and all, you know, admitted now that the kind of licks that, well, the first three of us out of the five, I don't think the last two get. Well, me, Nadia, and Anthony.
As usual.
Yeah,
As usual.
and I just always feel like getting bronchitis.
Yeah.
You know, but listening to my mother recently state that she and all that, she look back now, you know, there's always tell you when you're looking back at 2020 vision.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she would have if she could have do it over now, she would have do it over, even reach the point of apologizing.
Right.
Well, I really don't feel that my mother need to apologize to me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I always say, again, we are 2020 vision looking
back, yeah.
right? So,
Sankofa.
you know, if we want, we could say all kind of pretty things now about what happened
Yeah.
because we have experience, more reasoning, you know, more, in some cases, more composure, more compassion to look at them scenarios with now.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course, she will be looking at some of them things through them eyes and she will find she and all was, you know, a little too rough.
Yeah.
But as a parent now, I hear all the don't beat your child and no licks and I hear all of that. And I want to say clearly that at a glance, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Because I always used to say, I will never beat my children. Because of the kind of licks I get, I mean, only I want to understand. I get my ass washed.
On a joking board.
Yeah, son, no. I mean, I never get no pretty licks, you know.
Yeah.
And I get the kind of psychological licks where I had to go and pick my own branch to get licks with. You understand? Yeah.
By
So I used to say, of course, you're saying that from a angry, emotional standpoint. I would never beat my child.
because of the cutters you get.
Yeah. But now you're reaching today as a parent.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just feel like you have no choice.
Yeah.
You know? I also feel bad as a parent and as an adult.
Yeah.
Hearing somebody say something that I tend to repeat now, that if that is the only way we could deal with them,
Yeah.
then we're not as smart as we think.
Mm.
And I keep telling myself that.
Yeah.
I just keep telling myself that because the easiest thing to do when you do something, gosh, I know tell you, don't interfere with that. I know tell you, don't interfere with that. Right? And you interfere with it. Worse yet, you interfere with it and something happen.
Yeah.
I'll give you an instance. My daughter swinging on a chair.
Right.
So daughter, don't turn that chair so because if it turn one way how the leg is, you will fall off.
Right.
You understand? Yes, daddy. Carry on, not even 2 minutes later, boy. I hear bang bang. And she watching, man. You know they look, eh?
Yeah.
Because she know. I just tell you. And I say, come, bow.
Yeah.
I know tell you that you could have damaged yourself.
Right.
But you know, in that bow, I damaged she.
Yeah.
Because I hit her and she breaks with her hand
Right.
and hurt up her hand.
Right.
And since that, I have been telling myself, if hitting is your first resort, or if hitting is the only way you're thinking of getting through to your daughter, you're not as intelligent as you think you is. You know?
Well, let me chime in on that because I have been known.
Read that kilo statement.
Yes. Brothers, I got licks till I had to fake that test. And even faking I died, I got resurrected and what?
Right. That is why I laugh. Because I could have never, I kid you brain. Play idea.
Brother, you're mad or how you with more licks in it, boy?
Oh, Lord.
You want to play possum, yes?
Yeah, that is the kind of licks I get. That is the kind of licks I get.
Nah.
I'm telling you. And it didn't have nothing mean get hit with.
Hey.
It didn't have nothing in the house.
Kiddo talks to that laugh, boy, brother, boy. But yeah, always my thing, right? Because I'm a man that like to communicate.
Blessed day, JMO.
Yeah, I Jason, make up yourself, Morancy. I like to communicate, you know what I mean? I like to talk because I feel like talking is the first resort, right? We go deal with the licks after. However, there have been times I sit down and have a long conversation with my children, boy. Talk to them to the lengths. All you. When I talk, all you listen now, boy, please. When your mother talk, all you listen now, boy, please. And I ask her nicely with all the manners in me. And as you say, oh, short man, where's he saying? Rasta man. Yeah. You dig? It's like, what we really doing, boy? And it's like, you're talking and you're talking and you're talking. And then sometimes it's just be like, yeah, boy. You had to draw for the belt. And to me, sometimes, well, I am the disciplinarian in the family. You understand? And I have seen going to school in a school like Success Lab until the importance of it, because I mean, back in we time, and we had the god Alex in we school. You know?
And the demigod next to
The demigod next to she. You think the god was a female, eh? All you don't get it mixed up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Applewhite, rest in peace.
Yeah, Miss Apple.
Claudia Applewhite. You know what I mean? It had an article about the woman. She was a ballerina and all kind of
I
thing.
still can't see that.
Boy, but hey, when you see she coming down the hallway, partner.
Yeah. I know men who was bad all in them time.
Yeah.
And when that disciplinarian coming down,
Yeah.
you know, so the place clean up now.
Bro,
Right?
listen to me. I telling you, Jed, I do, to be real honest, I don't regret none of that. Because I feel like without that, I feel like plenty people would have been different, Jed. In terms of might have been lost now. You know, because for me, consequence is important. Now, I'm not saying licks had to be consequence, but I'm saying you will put things in place. I have three living with me, big man. Well, he done out of the nest, so I'd rather deal with you with no licks and thing again, right? Because as my therapist say, after the age of reason is 9, right? It's 9 or 12, he tell my boy. 12 is the age of reason. So when your child gets to age 12, it's supposed to be conversational. You know, it ain't really supposed to handle licks and them kind of thing. You know, you take away this, you take away that, you ban them from here, ban them from there. But yo, sometimes the disrespect, boy, is the attitude and the licks, and they want to walk off on you, and sometimes, boy, I'd be like, Father, will you come on? Because if I really hold on to this child here, this bacchanal, boy, you know, and to me, that's the side of your children, the people don't see now. Everybody's be like, yeah, you know, but she's so nice, or he's so nice, and thing, and whatever. But when the door closes, and it's just all your alone day, and that child locking up, then sometimes that conversation just...
I really try to, because somebody now saying there, you know, Nah, do agree with pulling for this chap.
Right.
Know better and should do better.
Right.
And on the surface of it, I agree.
Yeah.
But this is much deeper than just the surface. You know, so we saying that
Right. Somebody say that in the chat?
here,
Oh, good.
right?
Oh.
Have folks who went the
Jason.
next way with licks and we don't know the trauma it caused for those who said it works for them. Of course it caused trauma. We know this now.
Yeah.
This is part of us being more intelligent than the previous generation, and this is not a knock to them.
Of course.
This is we learn more, we expose to more,
Right.
right? We expose ourselves to more. I learned recently that there is a big difference.
Yeah.
Where you expose now, where you expose yourself to,
Yeah.
right? But it has sometimes, boy. It have sometimes. I have a kill child.
Don't worry that, Jason. That was that.
And
We go hear about it. I'm going to hear about you, Jason.
On the surface side,
Yeah.
I hear what the therapist and them saying about you could possibly train the child unwillingly, knowing that you're training her to think that hitting
Yeah.
is a form of communication,
Right.
a form of expression, you know. So like you say, I try to talk a lot. You know, I institute some things, you know. Nobody's supposed to shout at you,
Right.
including me.
Right.
And if I shout at you, tell me, Daddy, you shout at me, don't shout at me, please. Make sure and say it like that. Yeah, and I really emphasize that. Make sure and say it like that. Right?
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that calm me down, because she just do it.
Right.
And her saying that to me, there's also bring it back to a point where we could talk. Because, I mean, these children and them so intelligent, boy. Like, you sure you 6, boy? And sometimes I just wonder if that is why we be so hard on them,
Yeah.
because of how intelligent they is.
Yeah.
Like, I show you seen your son doing things at 9, 10 years old that you asking yourself, you done there already? Son, it real easy to talk this with Taika, boy.
Like, I like she gone.
It real easy to talk that talk from the outside,
Yeah.
especially as my friend they say, she's the best auntie in the world
Right.
because she don't want any children. So she's the auntie who does come. You're happy to see she because she bringing gifts,
Right.
and then she gone. Right? So it's easy to say looking on like that now.
Yeah.
But having to deal with the attitudes, the changes. I mean, when them go in school, I mean, I have seen the changes in, I mean, certain things my daughter saying, and I'm gonna think I had to remind her, hey, your friends and them not here to share. In the licks.
Yeah, you're by yourself.
You alone.
Yes, you alone. So all the way you learn from them.
Yeah.
Try and leave it out there
Let
because when they reach in here,
Yeah.
it's a horse of a different color.
I let you know. You see, all them drawing books that I buy.
Yeah.
You see how she's running through them drawing books and them.
Yeah.
I say, none of your friends and them in here, when I tell you you can't draw today because I don't like attitude,
Yeah.
to say, I can take one draw in my book.
Yeah. Or Uncle Daddy, don't be vexed with her now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't mean it.
I say, listening. Yeah. Some of the things I take from my mother type of discipline, right? See, manners.
Make it man.
Firmly believe in manners. So you have to be mannerly.
Be what?
Mannerly.
Of course.
You see, respect. But of course, now we know that now it have a difference between fear and respect. Plenty we grew up on fear
Yes.
as respect.
Yes.
I don't want my daughter afraid, man.
Right.
I still talk to me. Speak to me, I do you all of a sudden you talking. I now listening to you in the corner there and you ain't seen me and I hearing you around the corner. As you come to talk to me, I can't hear you. Speak to me.
Yeah.
I say, but don't get too excited when you're talking. The reason why I decided to check that is that we realize, I mean, we hear we parents say it,
Yeah.
and I always remember when I saw B Mobile, I used to see people coming with the children. The children behaving real bad, and the parents looking shocked. But them time I have no children. But I hear in my other co-workers whose parents saying, that's how they was going home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and how they was going home,
Yeah.
that's how they come there and go on.
Of course.
And I am very, very mindful of that today. Right?
Yeah.
And that, there's also drive. Why every now and again you might get a little...
All right. Good. Very good. That's all I want to say, though. Because as I say, like Don say here, it's okay, but not too much. You know, we had to talk. Because, yeah, what I saying to you, Dread, you see that way and all talk about it? Everybody just asks me when I go out in public, but Karen, how your children so well behaved, boy? Because they know that it didn't have no time and place for that. You understand? And if you jump out yourself in public, we go just have to deal with it. Right? So that's why sometimes you might see a parent give a child a cut eye. And that child know what that cut eye mean.
That was my mother, Miss Anne had that
eye, the eye.
A eye and a kind of energy. But I always tell people, it might sound like, you see plenty of them things we see in superhero movies and things.
Yeah.
Some of them shit exist.
Yeah.
Because at that time you do something and your mother back turn. And I swear to you, all she do is stand up straight.
Yeah.
And then go back and do what she was doing. And you don't know. She don't know you do something. And that stand up straight is to let you know she know how we go deal with that.
Yeah.
So JMO say Jay, that is self-awareness. Yes. I think you're referring to me telling her not to tell me, and then when she tell me, but sometimes I find at times I am too hard on my daughter.
Right.
And that is one of the reasons I continue telling her, tell me when I shout at you.
Yeah.
Right? I do cursing from my daughter. So I tell she, if you hear it, tell me I use a bad word, do that. She will be outside doing something.
Yeah.
And I watching TV.
Yeah.
Child, I can't watch what we call it Big People Show. I can't watch Big People Show in Shabbat. Because she come inside and tell me, but daddy, there's a Big People Show. Look at the bad road. You have to wait until I sleep in. Right?
But that's because you give her the permission too.
Yeah. No.
To hold you accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it real easy to get carried away.
Yeah.
It real easy to get carried away. Mendoza say, but they say the enslaved Africans adopted licks from the slave master, but that was not part of African culture. Do you think that's factual? I have never gone down that road when it comes to the historical aspect, right?
Right.
On the surface, on the top right, it couldn't make sense.
Yeah. I could see it.
Right? But I don't think we totally buy that
from them.
Yeah. Just like I like I'll use this Mendoza religion. Plenty of we traditions hidden in today's religion. Or not just the religion, but also in the way we just live. A simple thing as you open a bottle of alcohol and you want to throw out some for the spirit, you realize you're pouring libation to the ancestors. Now you might see me do it with a calabash of water and find that look weird.
Right.
But you do the exact same thing when you open a bottle of rum and throw some for the spirits now. While I think it probably the brutality of it, because I see some people get licks, and I get some kind of licks that could be considered brutal.
Yeah. But we had to attribute that to, you see, plenty times too we forget people is human, eh? And now that I am in the position, I fully understand why it could get to that place sometimes. Because it are two things I despise. And I using despise because I want the listeners to understand how much I hate it. You see, lying and thieving horse, don't come by me with them thing. Right? Because when the old people say that a liar is a thief and a thief is a killer, a criminal, that shit is real. And if you're lying to me with a straight face and then I catch you, oh good, my brother. So what I had to do now is I had to heed my wife, boy. Because sometimes she's come and position herself now for me to see she now. So that I know, all right, I'm going up in levels and it's time to kind of walk away from the situation. Right? Because the not the science, the sacrifice that we's be making sometimes, boy. And when that come up in your head, it's like, boy, I doing without so many things or so many experiences because I am trying to give you the best life. And you feel it's okay not just to disobey, and don't get me no stupidness about this, just cheering. Here why? You're smart enough. I never teach none of my children how to use YouTube. Right? I never teach my son how to play none of the games we have on the Switch. The Nintendo Switch. Right? You just hide to do intelligent planning. and to achieve the things you want to achieve, right? So when I tell you, brother, bathe at 6 o'clock, okay, you know the time. When you want to watch TV, you know the time. When you want to go and play, you know the time. Yeah, when you're hungry, you know what lunchtime is. So when I talk to you and I tell you, go and bathe 6 o'clock. Or it's vacation time and I say lunchtime is 12 o'clock. All play supposed to stop, all you go and eat. The same intelligence supposed to apply there. So why I just always say meet, you always say meet you halfway. And I want to meet everybody halfway too. That the children not stupid.
No.
Right? And we as adults are also human. You understand? So I might talk because I talk to my wife. She said, Karen, yeah, boy, I feel it's time for me to kind of ease off the licks thing. I said, all right, no scene. Weeks going by now. No licks. Talking, thing. Breads, sometimes when that fuse blow.
And that right there, that last line,
Yeah.
that is what we have to be mindful of.
Yeah, boy.
Because, again, in talking with my mother, we really had some heart-to-heart recently.
Yeah, which is important.
And as she say, a part of it for her probably was frustration.
Right. More than anything else.
And I have seen that in my own experiences as well. A lot of us wouldn't want to admit that. Right? I want to read what Mendoza say here.
Yeah, I was going on with it. Go ahead.
Right? According to a 2015 study by the Pew Research Center, black parents are more than twice as likely than white or Latino parents to use violence as discipline in the home. Masters, quote unquote, who enslaved people use violence to discipline them, and how those enslaved eventually embrace the practice. Right? They say violence against children in particular was not a habit enslaved Africans brought with them to these shores. African societies held children in a much higher regard than white societies in the Atlantic world. They believed that children came from the afterlife, that they were gods or reincarnated ancestors. Just sharing some research on the topic, right?
I love it.
So, I don't disagree with none of that.
Mine either.
And the first thing where you quote the research, I ain't mean doubt that at all.
Yeah.
Right? Especially, I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's because of the laws made in the US that made the way Caribbean parents be the children stand out more. You know,
Could be.
I would say off the back that it's something that I look into. I try to be mindful of. Because I remember more than once in conversation with Mendoza, he said that he never beat the children. Or he do beat them. Right? I want to be in that place.
Yeah. Same.
Because
Same.
the times that I had to do, that I feel that I had to do it,
Yeah.
I didn't feel good at all.
Of course you don't feel good after, brother.
Right?
If you doing that and you feeling good, something might be wrong with you.
Right?
I don't cut my chair and ass and be like, yeah, boy, I feel vindicated. It feel good.
Nah.
Never.
I feel like kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
And for me, like, that is where the grandparents is coming now, because my mother, I look at how my mother is be like, oh God, Karen, you know, thing, and I saying, woman,
You used to blaze me.
what, boy? What? With a million question mark after it? How, boy? What you say? My daughter used to say, Daddy don't know how to beat. Jason say, that is what I wanted to get to
licks.
what a WRT mean, my? To licks. It goes from a teaching moment to one to releasing frustration, yes, which makes the experience about us. I hear you, Karen. We only human and susceptible to those. Of course.
Yeah. So what I try to do is like mix different things, check now and see what work, what didn't work.
Right.
So you love to draw. My daughter love to draw.
Right.
I take her. Alright, no drawing today. No drawing today. She love to read.
Right.
The one thing I wouldn't take away because I don't want it to stop
Right.
reading. I mean, we go in the library and borrowing 2 books at a time.
Yeah.
You know. But them is the little things I'll do now. Alright, I will go in the library. So them books that I go back, I carry back the books. You're not going. Because she like them little things now. So why I can't go? I said, because I was speaking to you. And you didn't listen.
Yeah.
And this is consequence
Yeah.
of not listening.
Yeah.
Right? And they tend to work. Right? That frustration thing though is something that we should talk about a lot more. Because I think people our age and a little older, those who grew up with our getting licks,
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, the licks we get was based on frustration as well.
Of course. Now, one of the things I want to do too is why I decided to use this topic today is let me zoom in on the school system, and since the removal of corporal punishment, the levels of violence and disrespect and ill behavior coming out of the secondary schools now in the prestige schools has been different for whatever reason.
You know me, you have to correct that quote unquote prestige.
Yeah, quote unquote, right? But you see, the thing is with the quote unquote prestige schools is that they have scenarios where they can use banning you from something because of the amount of extracurricular activities and all those things that they have for the children to do that they would like. That when the time comes and you acting out, you could say, well, here we're going on then. Use football, use the captain of the football team, take a rest this week. No football this week. Right? Those things work. But in the public schools where there's no quote unquote prestige and there is a major lack of extracurricular activities for the children to be involved in, there's actually no form of punishment outside of the corporal punishment for them, because now lines is considered abuse. Right? And while I hear all them things about, you know, these things being abusive and whatever, what is the alternative? What was put in place?
You know, what is the problem of this happened to do?
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jason. I'm not an acronym specialist.
That thing there's more, you know, this thing what we call quote unquote prestige schools.
Right.
Simply because there's one of the topics that deeply affected by the better than syndrome that Trinidad and Tobago suffers with.
Right.
What is the better than syndrome according to Orisha Lashe? My child passed for a good school. My child do use them thing. I do use them thing.
Yeah.
What is the good school your child passed for? Why it don't have a good school closer to where you live in?
Yeah.
Imagine you live in Sandy Grande and to get to go to a good school, you have to go in Port of Spain and with Savannah. You know where Sandy Grande is in relation to Port of Spain when you're dealing with rush hour traffic, morning and evening?
Yep.
That is enough to frustrate a parent. To add to what we're talking about here when it comes to discipline. Right? And the things that you could do
Yeah.
in a quote-unquote prestige school,
Yeah.
the way they handle conflicts
Yeah.
in a quote-unquote prestige school, the way they will interact with parents in a quote-unquote prestige schools, why it's not used across the board? Because if it's working, in these schools, right?
Yeah.
Why not use it in the other schools and things? That's where I will always say the political hierarchy of this country, the business hierarchy of this country, wanted to stay just so.
Correct.
Simply because I better than you because I drive in a car made by Porsche and you drive in a car made by Toyota.
Yeah.
Or I am a past student of a school that is look like a colonial building around the Savannah,
Yeah.
but you went a school in Lavantil. How that making me better than you if we have a what we education curriculum really is for? If we have a education curriculum that all secondary schools supposed to adhere to, right?
Yeah.
Then, and I get one going to school in Lavantil, and you get one going to school around the Savannah. How it have a difference? That's why I always say, no boy, I would love to have this conversation with people from the Ministry of Education,
Yeah.
people from the Ministry of Social Development and thing,
Yeah.
but on a national platform. No one-on-one, me and you conversing. No.
Yeah.
I want this on a national platform because you went success and you get a one. You went to school around the Savannah in a shirt jack that look like a dashiki. And you get a one. But your one have more value than my one because of where it come from the school you was when you get it.
Yeah.
Craziness, yo.
Yeah. That is madness, boy. Look, Sheldon say, so is licks really more a parent releasing their frustration or is it to discipline the child?
I think sadly,
Yeah.
it's both at times. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think talking from my personal point of view, I don't think I have ever started in frustration.
Nah. Same.
But
Same.
I have seen where my reaction
Yeah.
had frustration in it.
Yeah. You see, it is a blurred, a very gray area. It's not black or white. I'll give you an example. So, my three children. My daughter, boy, I'm Harry Friedrichs, right? So you could talk to him, and eventually you go get to that. Genesis, he not on that at all. All he wanted to do is talk to him, and he good. And he's a baby. But my daughter, brother, oh good. It had times I talk to this child, boy, and I like, who is this boy? Why is the female one, boy? At least with my son, I know he could take the bellas now. You know, he could take a little hard lash and thing, but with she, and then my wife do beat. So where's the end game? You take away anything from she cool. Right? You stop she from doing things, she cool. But you see she getting a little bigger now. So I'm waiting patiently because I know it coming.
She go everything.
Yes, it coming. Daddy, Tanisha, one of them having a birthday party in the mall, and I want to know if I could go. Really? Is this sinister laugh had to come out here?
Well, two things I thinking as I say that I always remember my smallest, my youngest sister. So I think that's like the first time she daughter get invited out with the children in school now.
Yeah.
In the class like that. Same thing, some birthday thing, but I think it's move
it up?
Mall.
Yeah.
My sister say, all right, you can go. But I going to. See money's face. And I laughing now, because I telling you, the way things happen in this country,
Yeah.
yo, I had to be there. I had a BD.
Yeah.
But, as you say, I can only imagine that. Oh, so the last 6 months I talking to you and you didn't realize that people would have started invited to come on. Oh,
Yeah.
let me talk to them now.
Yeah.
Okay. A matter of fact, I realize now. Okay, who is this person? All right, okay, all right. Let me talk to them now. No, I can take her come no way. No, she don't be. If she says she do nothing, anything,
Yeah.
maybe she change next time, right?
Yeah.
Take care. Bye bye. Enjoy. But everyone is supposed to be educated the same way and benefit from equal opportunity. I do not believe there is such a thing. I do not believe. That's why I tell people, and there's mad.
Yeah.
We national anthem do apply.
Yeah.
Here, every creed and race find an equal place. That is not true.
Yeah.
Challenging anybody, anyway on that, right?
Yeah.
So if flicks worked, shouldn't only be done once.
Nah, I go in there because here what I saying, dog. Man getting locked up and coming out. So the principle supposed to apply across the board. Because if you know you do the wrong thing as bullet, or you know you do the wrong thing as jail, you're doing it and you're still coming out, you're getting bail and you're coming out and continue to do the same thing. You understand? So, because if we could use that same principle. If every time you do something, I would withhold something from you, it's supposed to continue to work. But it does not.
Yeah.
Because these bright ass children keep finding new ways to reinvent themselves.
Not just that, boy. There's real. At least I find I get real push now. Let me see what that they go do.
Yeah. Yeah, let's test the waters. Let me see how far.
Let me see.
Let me see how far. Right?
And that's one of the things. Again, and I think part of that ties back into the frustration.
Of course.
Right? Maybe in my 40-something years living, I should understand, hey, she testing you, you know. Understand? And if your reaction is to hit she for something that you already seen that she testing you,
Yeah.
well, then maybe you is not the adulterating case. Maybe.
I guess.
As I say, it's something that a real question.
Now, it needs some scrutinization, and I think we'll bring. The only reason I didn't guess so later come today is because of how last minute it was. Right? But I'll ask him and bring this topic back. Because when I sit down with him, with my daughter and thing, I listen to him. And I come home first week, going nice. Because she listened to what he say. Going nice. Second week. Well, third week, the nostalgia, the novelty start to wear off now. And then the old being return. And I say, you see? So it's not for lack of trying, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know, brother. It's not for lack of trying, you know.
What you say? I'm not reading the end part of the comment there, man. Those are
What you say?
If licks is really the solution, then there should be no problem with adults beating other adults. Why are we only okay beating children? We should
Nah,
be
but
also
if you're
receiving
hacking the
licks as
ass, you have to
adults.
get bellas, dog. What are you talking about?
But just when it's not as well, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
We was talking about the Cato 9 where you used to get raised
Yeah.
one lash a year.
Yeah. But all right, let me be objective, right? Go back. And let me look at how back then it was less violence, it was less criminality, it was less all them thing. Because the consequence was dire. You understand? That Cato 9 king.
Yeah.
That Cato 9 does mash up your back, you know, and then have a doctor standing up there to say, yeah, you can take a next one.
And most of the times you can. It's one a year.
Correct. Because you had to heal, otherwise that second one could kill you.
So, Mendoza, going to this a little bit more now. I think society uses licks, incarceration, etc. as punishment, not as discipline.
Right.
Punishment and discipline different.
Well, Let me get to Google and see.
right?
Let me get to see.
So
Let me
then
go
you
and
shouldn't
Google.
have a problem with domestic violence, my brother. You're trying to.
Yeah. He playing devil's advocate.
No, I mean, even studying devil's advocate, we need that, you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
No, it's a conversation. We gotta go.
we only seeing the thing from we eyes now, so we need that. But the that comment they with society is like punishment and not discipline. Punishment and discipline is two different things. That how I'm thinking.
It is. It should be two different things because remember, football and basketball is a form of discipline. So let me look up the definition.
Right? That domestic violence thing.
All right, so look at this one here, right? It says, this is from verywellfamily.com. When it comes to correcting your child's misbehavior, there's a big difference between punishment and discipline. While punishment focuses on making a child suffer for breaking the rules, discipline is about teaching him how to make a better choice next time. Right? So out of the punishment, there needs to be a discipline conversation. I think that's why I gain from it. You need to have a explanation.
So you say, your Shalaman does say, yes, they are different. Yes, they are different. Punishment is more of making you pay,
Right.
And discipline is more making you change.
Of course, but that's basically what it now say. You know, make a better choice.
Ugh. Well, I'm real thinking today. Boy.
Well, that is the point. Because here I'm telling you, Andre, the whole point of me wanting to have this conversation is because I am not comfortable cutting my children ass.
Yeah.
Right? I have seen it. I've experienced it. I could see where it keep me straight on the straight and narrow, but I could also see places where the fear of the licks is what really keep me on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean? The consequence now. So for me now, is the levels to the consequences, because if it is, I talk to you about your school uniform. Monday you come home, you're dirty. No TV. Tuesday you come home, it's still dirty. You still don't have no TV, but you still come with your clothes dirty. Wednesday, you come home, it's still don't have no TV. You come home with your clothes dirty, and then you ain't wash the wares. What really happening? At what point the child starts to now, while I understand as children, as I say, you're intelligent and you have understanding. So at what point you're going to put yourself and say, boy, daddy really overdoing it here, you know, I really could do it without this licks, you know, let me wash the wares now, boy. And for me, that came early in my teens because I never really wanted the licks now. You dig? And I used to be like, boy, I know if my mother reach home 5 o'clock and them dogs in feed, or I ain't wash the wares and see about my school lunch kit and thing, is a dose I go and get. You know what I mean? So the reason for the conversation is that we hashtag is facing our issues, formulating solutions. You know, so we come together as a community to discuss it now because we realizing the children going mad for whatever reason. And that's why I say in the black household, because when you look out there on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and thing, well, you barely seen any videos now. I haven't seen much fighting videos circulating for the last couple of weeks. God, there's another word in here, boy. But not a little word. Right? Because there's no explanation as to what is happening with the children. Right? We keep trying to attribute what is going wrong. I went down with our music as part of it. Because the children and them listening to extremely violent music now. And it's not even double entendre no more. It's plain. Bust up your head, chop off your head, lick out your thing, shoot in your chest thing.
But it's also the music is apartheid. Well, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
Right? But a big part of it too is where you're seeing and hearing directly in front of you.
Yeah.
And I know, even though some of we grew up with the nonsense, do as I say, not as I do, we know that there is absolute nonsense today.
Yeah.
That is shit. Right? Both them children and them seeing
Yeah.
and hearing in front of them and repeating.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say something I wanted to touch on before I go by Mendoza comment.
Yeah.
Well, of course, your children a little older than mine. My father braced me on something and he say, you, when you're rushing the child to be so clean, you're stifling she creativity now. But remember, my child is 6. Right? Because I watching where I done brace share 2 days straight, you come home with your shoes dirty.
What is the creativity in that?
No, you're playing.
Okay.
Playing is a rare. Watch when I listen to psychologists show you. I remember where I watched that one, boy. How animals play and how important it is for animals that live in packs for the children to play, right?
Yeah.
And what they're learning while they're playing. And that thing come in my head again, and then my father tell me that, boy, he said, boy, let the child make the mess and thing, you have to clean it that we have to do.
Yeah.
As she get bigger, and I'm like, yo, you know that really, because sometimes in the mess and in all the madness, we like, how you seeing order in that, because you spread out a whole set of things.
Right.
You name a whole set of things, about 40, 50 different things have a function on you. But your memory capacities are such. You say this is to do that 3 minutes ago, and then you pass on 20 others. But you can come back and still tell me what I saw. And I start to watch them little things, boy. Like.
Yeah.
So the dirty shoes, because they have an area that's playing in the back of the school. We watch you sit down inside and there and though at lunchtime. You was play food when you used to go to school. I remember that. My mother tell me that. You know, like,
No, well, the lesson in that is that she cleans her own sneakers.
of course.
All right.
She helping me.
All right.
Yeah.
Not helping.
Right?
Clean your shoes, Brett.
But
Let me go in with Mendoza.
full
Start from the
songs.
domestic violence one.
domestic violence sometimes happens when the spouse is not listening or is being disobedient or disloyal, etc. So what makes the spouse beating the spouse wrong? Boy, take win, Sheldon. For now, take win, because again, based on the discussion that we want to have, what we going to say to that, boy?
Yeah. And that is not a man beating woman thing, eh? Well, don't go up that road, eh?
I don't like nobody supporting that here.
No,
Just
because
using that as
it have woman beating man
Yeah.
out here, and
That-
the men
that-
and them
that
have
goes both
no.
here. That goes
no
vice
outlet.
versa, but this is just to show we do enough for children.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you say it in the next one, is beating the child evidence that you are not able to do better as a parent, and is really a reflection of your weakness? Or is it really the best method of discipline?
Boy, I remember we had
Safia?
the two Jamets here the day,
Yeah.
and that was part of the conversation
Yeah.
that Gerald was saying,
Yeah.
that beating is the only way
Yeah.
you could correct a child, teach a child a lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not fit to be a parent.
Right?
Like, yo, look, I know you say there.
And then if you say it's not, then why are you not using the best method? You can't teach a child how to be a child. The child teaches you how to be a parent.
Yeah, that is the second
Yeah,
time I
that is-
hear that on
yeah.
scene, not in a very short space of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ifaola, greetings. It again, and that's why I say off the back, there's a tricky place, a tricky subject,
Yeah.
right?
I bringing it out because I listen. Me and care who say what, brother. Parenting is not easy. You understand? And it's not no book. It's not no school where you could go and do a degree in it. And even in us in the community talking and saying, well, boy, you know, I do X, Y, and Z and it work. And then you go man try X, Y, and Z and that shit don't work. It's like what you go and do.
Only don't forget to like the video. This video that all you're watching here on YouTube, just click the thumbs up. You know, help with to grow.
Yeah, please.
Right? All who have businesses, forget all, you could also advertise on OUR Radio FM. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I say, studies have shown that when the England football team loses, domestic violence and child abuse goes up in many. Wow. Well, I mean, them white people and
We
them.
can't play that. We can't play down that
Can't
at
play
all.
down, yeah.
I don't think one of the reasons I think that might fly over. Like and share shell on you.
Yeah, plenty of them is hooligans out there too, eh?
Not just that, you know.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that if I will and also say might fly over some of we heads here in the Caribbean. We don't really love nothing.
True.
Or I shouldn't even use the term love. We're not really into something the way them is into the sports like that now.
Yeah.
So we might ball for football, but we need that kind of passion for so much other things in the community here.
Yeah.
Right?
Check your WhatsApp there, Sheldon. Yeah.
What it? That Mendoza Yamarel.
No, Dan, let me tell you something.
Gary taught
Let me tell you something.
about beating child every day with the domestic
weakness?
violence now.
Yeah.
I tried to come up with a retort to that.
Now, well, the reason why I feel like it don't balance or is not in line with the discipline of a child is two adults. You understand? And we supposed to be at a place where we should be able to communicate with each other. And if you realize that, boy, you so angry about whatever it has happened that you had to hit me, then as two adults, we need some help. You gotta check yourself. But it applies.
But then it works with a child.
Okay.
Because a child can't hit you back. And you might hit the child even more for saying, why you hitting me so for, daddy?
Yeah.
Or mommy.
Yeah. True.
Woo!
Yeah, so you see it deep.
And that is one of the things in my reasoning, because I see some people watch funny already. We in True Value.
Yeah.
And we have a thing we just do with the trolley when we go in the grocery. Hold on properly, baby. You turn around and everything out. You see what I tell you? I tell you, that's what happened. Daddy, don't shout at me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, yeah. On top of that, we're outside, you know. Because I realize the level of embarrassment or the age that I understood embarrassment, much younger with these children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we was bathing outside in jockey shorts and thing.
Cool and easy.
Normal.
But that is because with what Sheldon was saying last episode, that nakedness, we make nakedness shame.
But
society.
It getting worse in terms of the younger and younger. I remember my two little brothers outside with them naked in business. We going on by the standpipe on Prescott Road. We going on all these little pants, taking off that pants and our old jockey shorts or pants, bathe by the standpipe, put back up that and go back up. I remember doing them thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a no and a shame and
Yeah. Alright, Sheldon, alright. Take win now, brother. Take win. I can't say you again though. I can't say you again. The man say, what gives us the right to hit anyone at all, no matter what the age, what within us makes us feel we have that right.
well, let me say something there as that come up, right?
Yeah.
Something happened yesterday in Crib Junction. And I realized that incident showed me how a chicken will kill a lion in defense of she chicks.
Yeah.
We walking on the road. And man, he hustling, he selling a little thing, and he turn around, and he bouncing my daughter. Something he back hit she, and she started crying. I lose it.
You do it on purpose.
I lose it. I actually want to go back and hope I see him and apologize though. Because I know he didn't do it on purpose. But I lose it, boy. And two things I realize there. I see from Boondocks that the thing called the, I'm only using this word for that, the nigga moment.
Yeah.
Right? I say, Nongani Maxi, that I see that. Right? And then I was like, yo, but you know the man and do it for Spite Boy. But when I tell you I'll lose it a little bit again, it get physical. You know? But I also see how we see our mothers talk about it a lot, or we associate it with mothers. But I think it's parents on the whole. I had no problem chopping off a neck in defense of my child.
Why?
When I tell you absolutely none, and if I had any doubt about it yesterday, show me how easy I breaking off a neck for she. Because she started cry and hold her forehead. Good. But the reason why I bring back that now is because when I get she like she's crying the same way. Hey, this thing shaky why? This thing here real shaky why?
Yeah.
You know
And then
what?
when you look at, let me use the US situation, and then look at the way how them children and them how they operating us. It's absolute madness going on out there. You know what I mean?
And
Especially
them is
the white children.
And them is the dough beat.
Yeah,
dough hit.
yeah. The
Talk
children
back
have
to-
all the rights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And them children and them doing what they want. You didn't see the youth man kill his mother the other day because he couldn't get a VR headset.
VR, yeah, that.
And then went on Amazon and still ordered it. What? My lord.
But again,
Yeah.
I think all of them things is a byproduct of the world that we living in,
Right.
and also the world that we create that is being created around us.
Right.
Some of it is by us, most of it is not by us.
Yeah.
But we living in a world that's being created, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Mendoza, your brother, at time we was in a discussion, remember years ago, we had the the Blackberry group. I feel it all saying that. What was the name of the group, boy? Black something, boy. That is where I meet a few brothers well, boy. Modupe and Baba Onilu. This musician. Oh, boy. From Arimana, the short man. Dennis Amenet.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Black Pearl. And I remember Sheldon brother Shane talking about if we don't believe in time travel. And I said, they're talking to the choir. I know all them things really safe for you. I watch them train and them sit down and play game. They ain't hungry. They sit down there 4 hours. You know. You ain't hungry. You ain't need to use the toilet. No nothing. You ain't had a stretch. No nothing. Because them then as the front zone. As you take off or you say, hey, time to think. Oh, I need to pee. I need to use the toilet. I need to stretch. I'm hungry. I need to... And I've seen it myself also.
Yeah.
And I say, like, is it something we understanding what it is, boy? Because I remember when he made when Shane did make that statement, I was like, yeah, I do. But then I see it for myself.
Yeah.
Even with my daughter, she have a drawing thing she like on the tab. She's get lost in that. So I put it on.
You know what that is? You watch Soul yet?
No way.
Oh my God, boy. You is the worst.
I started being in a mood for certain things.
Hey, you need to watch.
watch Soul yet.
Here's why. One, it is a black cartoon, right? Jamie Foxx win the Grammy for that. There is a portion in there. They touch on real things. But it speaks to the zone. That same zone you're talking about, they actually create a visual representation of what that zone is. The man sit down playing the piano and the eyes closed and he going off into the zone. Right? And in that zone, you could cross over between your physical self and your spiritual self.
I really not.
So like he tripped and he dead. He eventually dead. Right? Well, everybody probably sees Soul by now. But he eventually dead. And he was trying to get back to his body because he wanted to perform in this place. And he meet in the spiritual realm, he meet a fella who living, but
He
communicating with his with his spirit, right?
Right.
Because he in the zone.
Right.
And he now carry him and show him where his body is. And help him get back to his body from that zone. You need to watch that cartoon.
Yeah,
That
you're
cartoon
saying that
real bad, boy.
You saying that they know I'm thinking of, boy.
What?
I don't know what the name Baba Onilu, boy. When I see when Baba playing the drums,
Yeah.
Baba kind of way there's kind of and that's what I seen his zone off.
Yeah.
I be like, he not here.
Yeah.
He hands and thing playing that drum.
Excuse me.
While watching it, so say, You know, yeah.
Like he say, all right, so Sheldon say, right. The truth is, it's two extremes and we need to find balance.
That's
Thank
what
you,
the
brother.
world lack today.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Because I sit down here feeling like absolute shit. With that last statement where you said, hey, you know, in terms of your weakness and that kind of thing, you know, you had to do introspection.
Of course.
And it's not, as I keep saying, it's not for lack of wanting to try other methods, boy. You know? But for me, sometimes it's like, that's the ultimate. I still am married all the time. Brother, I talk soft to you, you ain't listen. I talk hard to you, you ain't listen. I say do darling, you ain't listen. So when I shake you up, take your shake up now.
See, if I would say children also suffer from mental illness and intense therapy, not licks is the treatment they need. Most of the sociopaths who commit atrocities as others needed intervention as children. I want to touch on that first before I go on Mendoza or that comment.
Yeah.
In my younger days when I used to do fire safety, the first two places I went that bring tears out of my uncontrollably. One was the dump. The dump run was in the early 90s. No, the late 90s. And St. Anne's, the mental hospital. And I look back and I call Miss Merle Blackman, if she's still alive, communicate with her in a while. She was a nurse for a long time in there. And every time when we was younger, much younger, and he making a statement like, yo, you trying to make me go mad, she used to say, don't ever say that. Now, this is before I went there, right? So flash forward a few years later, and I went to St. Anne's to do some work. What I saw in St. Anne's, up to this day, I have a healthy respect for what we just call people going mad and all that kind of thing. But when I saw children,
I never seen no children up there.
mash me up, boy.
Yeah, I never seen no children up there.
Children, boy. I ain't talking about no one. I'm talking about that have an actual place
A
for
wing,
children
yeah.
in there. Like, what?
I never went. I never went on that side. I used to be in St. Anne's plenty because I worked too. When I was working Digicel.
That mash me up. So he come and say, well, if I would have said about children also suffer from mental illness, it's serious. And one of the things we have to embrace, and I say this, and I say it boldly, that I remember a few years ago, 10 years ago, you could not get me to talk about therapy. I'm going and say no and talk to somebody. You're mad? And I see the error in that.
Yeah.
You know, inclusive of for myself. But to see children, you know, and I also wonder what if the effects are what me and my daughter just went through, you know, what it happened, and I try to look and see. But I also accept that I am not a professional.
Yeah.
I am her father. I the person she in contact with the most. But you know, Mendoza say yes, basically they are they are basically astral traveling in a way. They are no longer confined to our time and space, and they are locked into the game's time and space. That's true. I mean, it has so much of these things that we say we make sound like is conspiracy theory and all kind of nonsense. But how do you explain a child staying long for 6 hours behind a game? They ain't get up to use the washroom in number 1 or number 2. They ain't eat. They ain't even realize they're hungry. No nothing.
Yeah.
I said, take them off.
Yeah. All the senses kick back in. The blood start back to flow.
They're not working with our time and space rules.
Yeah.
They're not working with that. And it's the truth. You know, and as a parent, one of the things I want to get a balance in, as Mendoza bring out the word balance.
Yeah.
We can't escape the fact that we're living in a phone and tablet and computer age. We cannot escape that, right? Balance, boy.
Yeah, that balance is important.
Balance, because like during the week, my daughter not really supposed to go on she tablet and thing.
She what?
She tablet. She not supposed to go on the tablet during the week.
Right.
So when they put it down Sunday, I make sure it charge. And more than likely, you ain't going on that again until Friday evening. But she like drawing. And why she like to draw with hand and thing, I also wanted to learn digital drawing, which is something I'd invest in. So let me say next month I buy a drawing pad for her. What going to do? She only using that on a Saturday. That is what striking to find that balancing, because this is the time for that. This is the time for that. Most of the learning is based on that. Yeah, Mendoza says the same thing the gurus do in meditation. Yeah, I mean, it's things we've heard.
Yeah.
It's things we've heard, but I guess I always used to say, and I realize I'm guilty of it sometimes too. Our children's intelligence is frightening us sometimes. I used to tell parents that, and I've seen it for myself now.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, you using these big words to me in the correct manner. Like, and you talking to me about something more for the holiday, she not home, and I call she something she tell me like, and the way I'm like, what? And it also forcing me now to be so mindful, boy, of a simple thing as a conversation that I might be having on the phone.
Yeah.
She are wrong.
Yeah.
Like, yo, as a TV man, I tell people have the ways of relaxing and things. For me, after a long day, I do everything I have to do. I dust my bed. I lie down and I put on the TV. That's how I just relax.
Yeah.
Right? No, I thought I'd be watching over the same thing sometimes until you fall to sleep. Because really and truly, I mean, my daughter is 6 years old. I don't want to be watching something with extreme violence and cursing and sex scenes and things. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even the things that lack that, they might have it in the next way in terms of wording. You know, it's a lot. It's things to listen to. Some things were said here today. That, you know.
That's why I like the show, to be real honest. You know, I mean, and I like, big up to the supporters of the show. Avid supporters like Sheldon, who's be here every week. Because Sheldon older than we. You know what I mean? And that's the point of community. You know what I mean? So what we trying to do is build what we doing is building the community back.
Sure.
Right? And if this show is a conduit for it to happen, so be it. Because I not out here thinking I perfect, no way, no how. And if I tell you this shit just beat me, like a boy, brother, I tell you sometimes I jump out of my sleep in the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I cannot go back and sleep, And all that is going through my mind is things to do or ways in which I could interact with my friend better. You know what I mean? Because I ain't lying to you, I'm not happy with certain things. You know what I mean? And when we go and we do certain things, you see the joy in them. And then you're like, all right, I could do this. You know? And then 2 days later, they malfunction. For whatever reason. And then you go back to square one and you have to start all over again. You know what I mean? So I'm not out here trying to make parenting. Parenting is not easy. No matter who try to make it seem or sound easy, it is not. Yeah. And I sure if I talk to 25-year-old or 30-year-old Sheldon, might be the same wisdom. as it is today now.
Yeah.
You know, because when I sit down here at 41 and I look back at 25, 30-year-old Karen, it's two different people. You
Might
understand?
even be three.
Three, yeah. It could be three different
You know,
people.
A big part of it for me as well is some of the mistakes that were made by myself. Some of the things that I do, some of the things that I didn't do.
Right.
I want to be able to pass that on, boy.
Yeah.
Because we can't say we were betterment for we people.
Yeah.
And ashamed of some of our failures.
Yeah.
So ashamed of it that we share it or tell it to somebody that we might see making the same
mistake, yeah. Look, if I make a statement here from an African traditional perspective, our children are ancestors that have returned. I'll just leave that there. Perhaps a return to our indigenous beliefs is the way. I agree with this, because
I
here,
agree to totally.
here what I'm saying, like that statement that Sheldon made earlier about, is it something that is indigenous to us pre-slavery now? And it's something I think about all the time, because you think you're looking back and it's like you want to see it in here, but you want to see how we used to live and how we used to operate. But these bastards, boy, do so much of a good job removing that the only way for you to get to see that now is to go back to the source. You had to take a little $40,000 and jump on a plane and
not
go.
just that, even before you do that, sometimes it in front of you,
Yeah.
What we have to do, and it's not an easy thing to do, is try your best not to look at the world through the eyes you've been taught to look at the world through.
Yeah.
Because I just post that and say about 2 years ago, what kind of name is Orisha Lashe? But it was asking a real derogatory manner. I simply responded, a name you wouldn't hear a dog with. Right? And I say that to say, sometimes it's as simple as we name.
Yeah.
I remember getting kicks off of people's name as an adult in my 30s. Working B-Mobile. And you come to do something, you have to give me an ID. You give me an ID and I see a name, excuse me 1 minute, sir, and I go down in the back. And me and them getting real Jones. Only to understand today how powerful that person walking around here because of the name.
Yeah.
Right? And if we can't see past them things, a trip to the motherland not going to change nothing.
Correct.
If we say down here and still holding on to Andrea and Karen and Sheldon and can't appreciate the importance of we name, reclaiming we name, a trip to the motherland not really going to do nothing.
Yeah, that ain't going to do nothing.
Because here we're going to see it. You just always talk about we are tracking where we want. You go and go Africa and find people who feel the same way just like you. Karen, that's a great name, man. Thing. Like we in the motherland on the red dirt.
Yeah.
And you find Andre is a nice name? Serious?
Yeah.
And when I turn around the corner, you invite me, when I go on, I seen a big white man hang up on 2 pieces of stick.
Yeah.
If we don't have that appreciation, if we're not able to return to it as if I would say, hey.
Yeah. Going there ain't gonna make no difference.
Going there, more than likely, because sometimes it's so spiritual, they reach there and they just go.
Yeah.
Mendoza say something that I can't pass, boy. The problem is not the device, the problem is the parents leave the children with the devices without monitoring. How much time me and you talk about that, boy?
Fed up.
Yeah, that I am.
Fed up.
I ain't doing. You see that one? A simple thing as downloading a game when she now with me and she was download. She knew she's called Daddy. I want to download a game. I say anybody check it and make sure.
Yeah.
Because I know. Nah.
Yeah. And look, if I say here, if we really believe our daughters or sons are granny and grandpa returned, we might rethink the ways in which we discipline them, because we would never lift a hand at granny. And then is a man. If I told her.
It could be, yeah.
All right.
You can correct that for us, or she could correct.
Right.
I think it's a man.
At my children's East Center, we were told how to parent them.
Well, that's the next thing about it as well.
The traditions,
We're
yeah.
not doing them thing.
Yeah, the traditions,
Right?
yeah.
So, yeah, your naming ceremony.
Yeah.
With that ceremony, you will get your Udu.
Yeah.
And it will tell you certain things.
Yeah.
How to operate and how to act.
Yeah.
What to do. Again, because we've been so heavily
Indoctrinated,
programmed into the religious beliefs of these very sad people that enslaved us. I doesn't want to laugh and trivialize that serious topic, right? But sometimes it's kind of, I keep saying, if you bring back a white man who was heavily involved in making laws and things to keep black people down from, let me say, 400 years ago, and you bring him back alive today to show him the world and explain to him the system we live under.
She says she's a woman.
Okay.
All right, great. Thank you.
All right. Right? I think that white man might be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this working so good.
Yeah.
You know that we convince billions of black people that they need a savior in the first place. Okay. But your savior is a white man. And is either Dr. Clark or Dr. Ben, one out of them say it. You can pull it up because it's a popular quote from them. When you had that white man hang up in your house, they say it's play a different thing on a woman's mind. It's hard to watch a black man as what he's supposed to be when your Lord and Savior is a white man like that. Right? Why is all of that? What does that have to do with this? We looking at doing something different.
Yeah.
But we're doing it different within the parameters of the very system that has failed us.
Correct.
Including the religious/spiritual system.
Yeah.
You know? So it and again it's a part of the there's a part of the discussion. Everybody's guessing.
Mom.
Because I don't know. I was about 10 years old. My mother used to take us to Trinidad Christian Center in Petty Valley. And I say them is the people responsible for me opening my eyes without even knowing it. Because in that church, you couldn't just come to the church and come in the congregation as a child.
Yeah.
It was like a school system in the church. So you have an age group to go in, then you will start to learn based on your age group. And when they start to teach you, realize you know more, to put you in a higher thing, whatever. This is in the 90s I'm talking about.
Right.
And one of the things to tell you to do is to read the Bible. Read it from the front.
To the back?
Yes, don't read and open here and then go there. No, read it like a book.
Ooh. We have to decolonize parenting.
Well, you see?
Continue.
And the first page being, I used to read in them times. I need to start back. I used to read. And the first couple of pages in the Bible, nobody couldn't answer me the questions I had from that. Like, all right, going good, all right, okay. One kill one. You have two, a mother and a father.
Maths.
Brother and a sister.
Right.
I mean, two brothers, sorry.
Like 4.
One kill one.
Right. So we down to 3.
It's telling you that he get banished from the place that it was. And he went into another land, found a wife, and had children. And I'm saying, like, no, yeah, I tell you, I was about 9 or 10. I was still going primary school. And I asked him, but it didn't say nothing about nothing else, no other children, no nothing here. Who's them other people in North?
Yeah.
Nobody answering me. And that's where my journey started.
Right.
That's why, for me, moving away from Christianity was a little easier than it is for most people. Right? Now I trying to teach my child that going to Anglican school. She know you don't say them prayers. We don't call on that person to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? Sing the national anthem, say the pledge, whatever. All right, okay. But the prayers and thing. And if I would say that, we have to decolonize parenting. That is a code between you and Sheldon Mendoza. You probably could write a manual for we.
Who is that?
If I would now and Sheldon Mendoza, even if the manual consists strictly of questions.
Yeah.
You know, because when you say, all right, if I would give us 2 instances where we need to decolonize parenting. You know, the next thing too, we have a way we just live in the Caribbean.
Right.
We in Trinidad and Tobago. But we don't watch Trinidad and Tobago TV.
So
Remember,
we watching American
you
TV.
remember, we are not proud of our Trininess.
Right.
So we don't make TV series and movies and things where we talking like this now.
Yeah.
You know, that is a crime. You can't even go on one of these so-called national TV stations and them and talk like this.
Even when they had it, they
Right?
wasn't talking like that.
So, right. Our children exposed to...
Probably Calabash Ali. That is real far back. Because no boundaries and them thing was proper.
Well,
And they had the accent.
I love them shows. They call it 2 of my favorite.
Yeah, no boundaries.
No Boundaries, Calabash Ali and Asi Titans. Hi.
I don't remember the Titans.
Oh, that was not something big, I think.
Yeah.
But the children, the children them exposed to what they seen Americans doing. That is for me a big part of decolonizing the parenting. That's what I take this as, right? Because when you are child seeing them talking to the parents side and storming off and going in the room and slamming the one.
And then want to try it?
I mean, like I watch it like your mother talking to you.
Yeah.
She didn't finish the conversation. You just walk and she's calling Timmy.
Yeah. Timmy, come back here.
Crazy. Better you stand up in front of me and disagree with what I'm saying.
Yeah. Then walk off.
And we have a conversation with that disagreement. Why you disagree?
Yeah.
Then you just storm off and walk and you go in and slam a door and right? But that's what it is. Even a simple thing. My daughter making videos, I listening like, why you talking like an American?
That's
But
what
she
she
don't
know.
know. But she don't know she talking like an American.
Yeah.
This is where the influences. That's why I say it real stupid to still be talking about do as I say, not as
Not
I
as
do.
I do, yeah.
Because all she's seeing and hearing is what them saying.
Yeah.
When she talking to me and you, she talking normal. But when she making a video, hi guys, I'm like, where that come from? You understand?
Where they?
The influencer television. I mean, and I guessing, not guessing, I sure it influences us as parents as well. You know, because
Not at all.
no, well, I'm gonna tell you why I say
If
that.
I do that, my
tell you
house
why I
upside
say that.
down. Go ahead.
When we was growing up, it did not nothing like take away something from you. You get a cut ass. Or you get a stern talking too, because I a man cry off a stern talking too.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, my tongue little stinging too.
That way your mother or your father talk to you. You know, if you do any little
Yeah.
the cut ass right but they're talking to you. And I also think the stern talking to you does get to you simply because you actually understand what your parents say.
Yeah.
And you probably realize you do something wrong.
Yeah.
But taking away stuff and banning this and banning that and that is not really that thing we learn from on the TV.
Yeah.
You know? I will continue lack of representation of our children and seeing themselves in the media. Well, yeah.
Nah, well, we master that. We know better than that. We make sure they see themselves, whether it be on YouTube.
But we have to find a way to get out all the more because we know that they're lacking.
Yeah.
We know
No,
that.
but I see who it was, boy, I think it was Cheryl that was saying she went and see Warrior Woman King, and she was so taken aback by the movie itself now, and you know, she was like, she finally get to see people who look like her. Because remember, as we always say, right? And I commented on it and I said, this is why representation for us matters, right? I say, because imagine your child never see nobody on TV looking like them. And that's why they had this big uproar with the mermaid, Little Mermaid. I see a post there this morning on Twitter saying, all you kill so much African and throw them in the sea. And shocked that the mermaid black. You understand? So, yo, hey, auntie, mommy, boy.
Oh, mother.
Come in hot day, boy.
Mommy.
Yeah.
The idea of representation now, I want to say there's no. I don't think I have a chip on my shoulder. And if I have a chip, it's not a chip, it's a block. But yes, I telling people that people calling me and telling me all kind of thing, boy. Like, yo, seeing black matters.
Yep.
That shit matters to our children and to us, eh?
Yeah.
Let me tell you the example I want to use. And we've had this heartily and healthily in the shop. Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
God, I come to the conclusion, my daughter will still be watching the Cosby Show.
I not stopping my turn from watching
Right.
that.
When she gets older, she will formulate her own opinion and thing, and I will let her know I did not stop you because I know when you get older, you will hear everything and you'll have access to all the information, and you will make a choice from there, right? You can't tell me it is not a planned something
Yeah.
that we don't have on television on a regular basis, on a hit-wise, a show like The Cosby Show.
But we was talking about that. We was talking about that. Hey, Kyle, I was started charging late fees, brother. Started charging late fees, breads. For such an important and avid listener, you're very late. Yeah, we was talking about the BT. BT. This morning I listened, I said on my birthday and Candace pad on the TV and BT. Who? King, when I tell you R&B, boy. Sweet! I talking about what we know.
Yeah.
As slows. But I sit down there and I just can't change the channel. I just leave it on and I go on doing something else because the music so nice.
Right.
And all the music was we music.
Right.
Right. Now, when Deborah, whatever she name was, decided to sell BT, and this is where the part of business that's coming that I don't like. Right? If I build something for my people, let me say we build a black hospital, and one of them 1%ers and them come and say, hey, you know, we realize that your hospital is doing exceptional and we think we'd like to purchase it from you for X amount of money. Where do we draw the line between, yo, this is for we people, or it's for profit? You understand? Because we don't own. There's no ownership. And every time we own something, look at Beats. Beats was the shiznit.
Well, let me tell you a big part of that now.
Yeah.
A big part of that is because we don't support each other. Because if it gets supported,
Yeah.
we more than likely
Yeah.
wouldn't feel the need to sell it.
You know, I telling Kib that. Kib wait this week here. Because I sent him the Dame Dash bring back out our sneakers.
Right.
I don't know if it is an existing brand that he bought. Because I see Muggsy Bogues wearing it in a picture that when he was young.
Right.
Right? I think I sent it in the chat. And I told him, he said, but these sneakers are real hard. And it's available. So it has stock. And it has red, it has green, and it has blue. Right? And it has plain white and thing. So I said, but I could really see myself wearing these sneakers. I mean, it's $90 fit. But the eyes with which I see in that now, I tell him that. I say, if we was looking at Fubu, Sean John, what was Jay-Z name? Rockaway, all them things with the eyes that we seen with now, then them thing would have never sell off. Sean John would still be pumping. It probably is. I don't even know. What we think? Fubu. Cheng Weng and them would never be able to buy Fubu. Because we say here what's going on, that we think.
See, based on a conversation I was having a day,
Right.
I had a support recently.
Yeah.
And everything ties back into mindset and how you see yourself
Facts.
as an African, as a black man, right?
Right.
Most of us, as African people, as black people, our idea of showing the world that we make it or we have it is a white man name across your chest. And I also tell them, I say, me and you is not the same. You understand? Because the more I accumulate, it's the higher in African styles I go in.
Yeah.
Because we see some of them thing on them.
Yeah.
And we see the prices.
Yeah.
Right? Well, plenty of us still stuck in the. And Dr. Amos Wilson always say that, you know. We is the only people on this planet that in order to prove and show and tell that we free, we just enrich other people to do that.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And I will talk from the clothing aspect because that's what I do for a living. That is what I facing. That was my business facing too.
Yeah.
The fact that how much people we know wearing that on a regular basis. Who you have only.
Outside of the circle.
Right. So that is what I say, and that is where it goes back to. Right? We could use that with car, with house.
Yeah.
Imagine it's you, a woman and a child. And you are a 9-bedroom house. The 9-bedroom house where it located costs $10 million. When you could get a house for $2 million, everything there you need in it. Now, of course, nobody can tell nobody how to spend the money, and that is not what Orisha actually trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm just showing them that in order to do that, to live like we oppressors, we spend in a way that do come back to us. So that is why food is not in our hands anymore.
BET. Everything else.
I want to call a black man name that was actual name Sean John.
Yeah.
You'd be wearing a black man name.
Yeah.
All them thing not to know.
Plenty of the black one here products too.
Right? Because we don't see that. You know, catching man on a fighting hard not to be ignorant about it with people. I think it is because of COVID, a lot of people get into little small businesses.
Right.
People that never one day support what I doing. You never buy nothing. You never share nothing.
Right.
You never send nobody by me. But you real comfortable now because you seeing the importance of it. Hey, Andre, I start this business. Post it for me now, please. Thanks. I never could see my eyes. Like, you know? This thing works 2 ways now.
Yeah.
And just like the parenting, what we're talking about, where we have to talk about it to learn, we had to do that.
Yeah.
We had to talk about it like, we're going to teach your children. We're going to teach them to go to school, get 5 passes, and go and look for work.
Yeah.
That shit didn't really work for you, you know.
True.
If you didn't thinking out of the box like you was thinking, that would not work for you.
True.
If you didn't think that way and then be brave enough to act on it, you could tell people that you're making a living off of being a barber today. In 2023, we still have people frowning on that.
Yeah. They could frown away.
But there's what I'm saying.
Frown away, my friends.
You know, so if you're a reputable nail technician or hairdresser that keeps time, you live better than most of them people and them working in shirt and tie and but we still stuck in certain mindsets. And that's why I asked it, you know, we really teaching the children. Whereas I telling you, I just try my best. Anything that she seems interested in right now, she tell them about drumming and dancing. So I had to find a way based on my schedule to get you involved in something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the extracurricular activities that you had mentioned earlier, like, you know, that it having plenty of the so-called prestige schools. We just not exposed to it.
Yeah.
Imagine a school over. And they go to a so-called prestige school. And only half the children leave in school when it's over. They go to a school, a regular, quote-unquote regular school. And 95% of the children leave in the school when it's over. That says a lot.
Yeah.
The so-called prestige school is because them children have other things to do in the school.
Yeah.
And I, for one, do believe in lessons, especially primary school.
You ain't supposed to have to do no lessons if you're doing your work.
Do not believe in lessons at all.
And plenty of them teachers and them doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
You're half teaching when the day come and then offering lessons in the evening so you could drive BM and thing.
I have a
Ease
real,
up with that, boy.
have a real problem with this. Your child in standard 2 and you tell him, unless my child have a learning disability that we have diagnosed.
Yeah.
Oh, you telling me this child had to take lessons, boy? When my daughter stay back from school to school in the evening,
Yeah.
it's because it has some kind of running club or gymnastics or some kind of something.
Yeah.
You staying back to go and sit down in a classroom for a 2-hour period again?
Mad.
It's craziness, boy.
Mad.
absolute craziness. And all them things turning off the children we watching. And we was talking this, we only seem to want to pick up all the things that
Not working.
not working by other people. We ain't gonna hear them talking about it. Look into them Scandinavian countries and them Asian countries and the children and them playing for half of the day
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah. But you're working, your work week is
What?
same thing.
What?
And your commute is part of your work day.
There's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry, and they're coding.
Yeah.
They're writing apps,
Yeah.
building algorithms. But when you look at them in the morning period, a 9-year-old running about, hi,
They don't even teach them in preschool.
I was
They're
saying.
teaching them to clean and have your environment. Look after your environment. Be your brother's keeper.
we don't hear these things from the national leadership. Always go and bring things
Yeah.
not working. I never forget that boy hearing elders talk about how them bring a junior sex system here that was failing in England. Absolutely failing, and England was looking at pushing it out, which they did. And we bring here when it was failing in the place that it originated.
Yeah, we bring it here.
We bring it here and then maintain it for a very long time. So much so that system has been done away with so long, but some of these schools still can't get over them stigma.
Yeah. Correct.
Their children
Barataria, so-
crying,
Yeah. Barataria North is one of them.
crying when they hear the
pass
pass
for
to them
the- yeah.
school and them. But we pass it in front of the school. What's the condition of the school? What we seen from the outside on the road until the avenue?
All you do is change your name.
What's
and
the
you change the
condition?
hours at the school. That's all
That's
you
what
do.
And that's what I say. Like things like Ministry of Education and things, they just go to the schools that are looking pretty. Because I never see nothing from them in them schools.
I have a level of fire I want to burn on that ministry too. All you tell me since October, the St. George's going on thing and fix and web. All you tell me 6 weeks. You pass by St. George's now, not even a hammer lifting, you know.
Yeah.
The school lock up,
So that was 2022 into 2023.
Right.
So long as, remember we see this during COVID, right? So long as you have the money to pay a contractor, that finish it in less than the 6 weeks. Why I say that? The apartment building that bill.
Yeah, boy.
That person obviously had a plan
On my
and
shoot.
the money to execute it. Because I have never seen something built so fast, so consistently.
Yeah.
Apartment building,
Yeah.
not 2 apartments, not 4 apartments, about 8.
It's 8 one-bedroom apartments.
You understand?
Yeah.
In the matter, not even 2 months or 3 months. Full out bill.
Yep.
And we talking about how to clear down a tree and clear down the
The
land.
whole house,
full,
that whole house on the land.
full out. Come Come on, man. And you talking about use the ministry with the resources of the government, with the lead, the originator of your party saying the future of our land is in the backpacks of the children. And my primary school take over a decade
To fix.
to build over.
Far less to open.
So and then to open as an next piece of bacchanal, and now thing like St. George's way, initially it was a wall fall down,
No, the ceiling.
a ceiling fall down.
Yeah. Can you say it at termite?
Come on, man. These, you know what, my boy? It's how they come out with the nice words, and then everybody's be like, yeah, really know that true. All the crazy hour.
Madness.
Yeah, Kino say, and the world was amazed at Japanese fans at the World Cup cleaning stadia, but the discipline is taught in schools. Children clean their own schools from a very young age.
That is abuse. That is
Yeah,
abuse.
you would hear parents here saying that.
That is
Why
abuse.
my child don't clean that on the MTS?
Yeah, that is abuse.
I sure half of them when you go by them.
The house thing the same way.
Yeah.
You understand? Charity begins at home, my lord. You dig? And that is the problem. That is what we having. That is the problem we having. And it come right back. I like how it come right back around to what we start off with. You understand? Because the discipline is in that. The discipline is in that. You can't get up out your bed and the first thing you cannot do is make up your bed. Right? How you reaching to brush your teeth. How you reaching to bathe. And you can't make up your bed. You understand? Your room dirty. Those things manifest later. I tell my daughter all the time, I say, hey, there will come a time where you're going to want to attract a young man. Right? I say, and that young man looking to see how you're carrying yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Right? Because you ain't one of those stupid, none of them.
But
You understand?
It's simple, you know. We could even use our experiences as men now. Like, you invite me by you.
Yeah.
I say for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Just like I was telling the government, all the teeth might a little bit now.
Yeah.
The first time I come by you, even if I don't like to clean or I don't clean regularly, I be clean. The very first time I come by you.
Yeah.
Because it's real hard to come by you the first time.
Yeah.
And it's nasty and see us anything but nasty.
But nasty, yeah. How?
You know? I mean, children, I have no problem with my daughter having to help clean her classroom.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no problem with that.
Brother.
None.
Let me tell you something. And this is what we started off with by saying, if we go back, you was in primary school, I went primary school. I was my house captain at a point in time. We still have houses. Because my son still wearing yellow. I used to wear yellow. He wearing yellow. Coincidentally. My daughter was in green, I think. Yeah, she was in green. Right? So you had Scarlet Ibis, Hummingbird, Kiskiddy, and Blue Jays. That was the 4 houses. Every week, one house is designated to keeping the schoolyard clean. That is from piece of crayon, piece of foil, chili BB pack, whatever.
Hey, bring up a new snack, brother.
And don't let me see you throwing down like
I don't know where chili BB today.
right. Don't let me see you.
Yeah,
Later in and
responsible.
that's right.
And Malcolm X told us that.
Right.
Malcolm X say, one of our big problem, and this man passed away since 1965. One of our big problem is we don't have nothing to carry on, so we don't feel that burden. And not burden as necessarily being a bad thing now. You know, the need to carry on greatness. And how my father said, he said, carry your son in town, carry your daughter in town. They go in and see a East Indian name and son, they go in and see a Syrian name and son. But it has no uniquely black name or African name and son.
Yeah.
Ogunlade and sons.
Yeah. The Langston Roaches probably the only
You
one.
understand? Right? And they, because they lacking that, they don't feel that pressure. I tell them, I say, them forcing me to go to school and learn certain things. But them going to school just to make up the time to go in the business and run the business.
Yeah.
Because you have multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies in Trinidad and Tobago that was started by people that we know had no formal education in what is called business today, in terms of where you could go to university and learn.
Right.
The first and maybe even the second generation of the leaders of the companies didn't have that.
Right.
But you're telling me, go and learn business studies and things. To go and work for the same companies.
Yeah.
But we ain't promoting entrepreneurship. I really don't like that. We ain't promoting
Business.
Yeah. And we had to start it from the children and them.
Yeah.
As you say, children them. So you say, ask the tenant want to do popcorn.
Yeah, let me go.
One time.
Let's go. Watch now, you know, Price Mart bring back the thing, boy.
What's that?
And I didn't have the money to buy it, boy. The popcorn machine, the one on the wheel. The one on the wheel. Yeah, moms. That's what it was. Them days was the days. And it transcended from primary into secondary with Miss Applewhite. I keep saying, let the children be responsible for their property. You come into school here for 5 years. And I had to tell you, do right on the wall. I had to tell you, flush the toilet. I had to tell you, close the door. You're mad. This is your school. And that is the difference between what the prestige schools do and how the secondary schools run.
And I have a issue also when there's with the parents coming in. You can't tell me
Yeah.
your child come and say, Mommy,
A PTA meeting.
no.
What?
Them telling me I had to help pay in the classroom.
What's the problem?
You coming in school to go like an idiot.
Yeah.
But my child had to pay.
What? My child don't even paint home.
Like it's a boss.
Yeah, that is our boss.
Like, and a teacher will try to like, Mom, understand, but
Yeah.
he or she is a part of the class.
Yeah.
The class has been defaced.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be a part of keeping it clean or whatever. Once you have a problem with that,
Yeah.
you is part of the problem.
Part of the blasted problem.
Yeah.
Part of the damn problem. And I see it in them too, you know, the children like to be involved. I cleaning up for Christmas Day. Now, my windows, you see the height of some of my windows. So I start off cleaning. I'm already buzzing wrong, my boy.
Yeah, boy.
I say, Breads, what you want? I can help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Go and get a cloth, get the a thing of water, and come and wipe down the burglar proofing. Because we ain't painting this here, right? Wipe down the dust off the burglar proofing and thing. What? Take busy. Finish that. Next. Daddy, I finish. I can help you with the windows because that's what you want to do. You want to climb up on the ladder now. I say, all right, no problem. I bring the ladder thing. I tell him, I say, just be careful. And I watching him, I say, be careful. Use the gazette. And there's no tissue and thing, you know. It's gazette paper we using, eh?
Paper, brother.
I'm teaching you right the first time.
Shiny.
Yeah. But you know much bird run into my window since you clean your house, since you clean, boy.
King, I thought it was me alone because me not much to do this year.
Yeah.
And when my daughter here, I wiped down the window and thing.
Uh-huh.
I watching she face, so I say, well, Mom, I wanted to help you. So, all right. Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Sunday I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Karen, Daddy, I can help you when the knife sharp. She want to help me cut up onion and garlic.
Yeah.
She want to think, I said, no, yeah, and I can't come. I think you should buy one of them step-up thing so that I can stand up by the stove and see over the pot and know when to put it. Like, I hope when I get bigger, you
No. Don't wait. Do not wait.
No. I say, I hope. In my mind,
It
I
wouldn't
say,
go.
I hope when I get bigger.
Yeah. But that is why I had to do it now.
Yeah. I want to, as I sweeping, so I could sweep. Yeah, you sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it because one way, I do like to wash your hands. Right? Daddy, I can help you wash your hands in my mind and say, don't worry. Your time coming for that.
Soon comment. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, look, mommy saying she remember now they had to help clean her classroom. That is what it was.
That is what it is.
And
You
I
cannot leave the
sure
classroom
my mother
dirty.
had no problem with that.
You cannot leave the... You know much evenings I go for a marry and I marry late. I stand up downstairs. What happened to you? Where you was? We was cleaning up the classroom. All right, no problem. Let me go. Because that is your responsibility
I don't
first.
have no problem with that at all.
Fix the chairs, straighten the tables, everything, and then tomorrow we come to school. You understand? Hey,
So,
all you, we going and give all of this the 96.1 treatment with this song.
play
We going
for you
and
until
pong it in all your head. Tell all you make it all your ringtone. You understand? Big up the Jammets of OUR Radio FM.
Yeah.
You understand? OUR Radio firm according to Taika. That firm. You understand? So we bad out here earlier. It is carnival. You know, I know earlier will be out there fetting and jamming and whining and drinking and thing. Please, or let me see.
All the little clothes and thing to dress up to go.
Yeah. We have things all here. Check out the Nubian experience.
That's what you're saying. No drinking and driving.
Yeah, or let's take all the time, please. We can't take no bad news. We want to jam and wine together, but let me do it peacefully and safely.
And as you say that, you still party, isn't it?
Still party.
Well, I thought, because you're going to Africa. I said, Braz, who teach you all to do that, boy?
You didn't see what going on in Ghana? From since New Year's to now, with party in Accra, boy.
Oh, yeah, the Afrochella. I said, yeah.
I
said, hey, who?
And them talk about 6 o'clock in the morning, we partying. You see, Trinidad has joined the chat.
Like, yo, what you saying, man?
Yeah.
Partying just as I.
I mean, we started the party from 10 and we all 3, 4 in the morning. We still going. All let's talk about. Or let's starting the party 6 o'clock.
All you be safe. More life, more love. Taking the big tune day.
Yeah, we out. Jamets.
But I'm serious about the clean boomsy thing. It's stupid to think that you don't think you need to clean
Your body. There's like these people who talk about they don't wash their leg because it's the jeans.
grown men. No, make sure your pussy clean.
Okay, no problem. But
Not
you
against.
have to wash your
Wash
bumsy. You have to wash.
Wash your bumsy.
You're listening to Two Jamets on OURradio.fm.
Forbes, you ready? Tyka, stay up there, stay ready.
She's the voice of the backyard, speaking truth when the weak find it hard. From the Twin Island of Tobago and Trinidad, I want you just make way for the.
I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty gal, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes, all year round is Jamet season. Wine in the road, I don't need a reason. My mouth is a menace, but eyes not treason. Cokes in my hand, I'm ready for the beating. Say what I want, they go call me a hater. Don't have no kitchen and I don't cater. Can't take the Jamet now, check me later. It's Jamet woman who slice down baker. I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty gal, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes,
Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it. When we go up, we stay up. Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it.
hug your sons but fight down your sister. Talk a big talk but your actions sinister. Run mouth to water like big minister. Give me a break or use a damn faker. 3-line flambeau set for rebellion. We on the front line with all rebel them. Build the community with all my friend them. Jamet nation, this is your anthem. Resistance, ring it, we go fling it. If you have a truth over there, then bring it. Bring it to my crown, my table, my center. It's a Jamet take over. I come for the bacchanal. I don't have no time for petty gal, no way. Whining on low in front the bar. Yes,
Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it. When we go up, we stay up. Pour something in my cup. When we go up, we stay up. To jam it.
no one is doing up, all they coming up. My knees, boy, my knees.
You better get it. Jam it some room before you get beat like a bottle and spoon. I beg you just give the jam it some room before you get licked with a cookie and broom. How you do?
Hey, Forbes, look at our man here now up here. Oh, what hide? Die hide, so? Don't come up here if you're not no